Okay. Apologize. Let's start over, okay? With just a few days left until taxes are due, that means your tax return has to be in. Plenty of folks are scrambling, worried that they won't make the deadline. So we called Shari in because everybody needs, at this point, some time-saving tips. First of all, though, Uncle Sam's given us a little bit of a break this year. We got a little extra time, right?
The good news for procrastinators, that's correct, Roxanne. Normally the taxes would be due on Friday, but Emancipation Day is actually April 16th, and that's a federal holiday in Washington, and the federal law says that Washington federal holidays mean that federal buildings in Washington are shut down, so we actually have until Monday, and Emancipation Day itself is an important day. That's when President Lincoln outlawed slavery, finally.
So we've got till the 18th, so you've got the weekend if you don't have time this week to work on your taxes, so that's good news. What else is new this year, though, if you're just putting pen to paper right now, that you need to know?
Well, the interesting thing is there's really no new tax policy because tax reform really took a back seat with the elections and some of the other issues. No one really wanted to stick their neck out for that. But what is new, Roxanne, is really important, and that is for gay couples, because this is the first year that in all states they can actually file their federal and state tax returns together jointly for the first time. So in 2013 it became federal. This past summer, actually, it became law that the states had to recognize that. So there are 7 states, including Florida, where we don't have state tax returns, but in the rest of them, this is pretty monumental.
So you got to know about it anyway in certain areas. Okay, so always something that we need to be aware of because the IRS will flag certain things, and every year there's this is the thing they're looking at this year. What's the red flag?
Right. Well, and here's the interesting thing. It's not the IRS. It's the tax scammers. That's what we really need to watch out for. So we've got the usual email and phishing schemes. We've got the usual, trying to fake a tax return and get your refund for you. The IRS is now actually looking at about 24 new pieces of information to catch those types of things, which means that our tax refunds might actually be delayed. The other big thing is these fake IRS agent phone calls here in Palm Beach.
Yeah.
And we've received several calls, particularly from older folks here. That's why they're targeting our area. So if you do get a phone call from someone who seems official but is acting very aggressive, they tell you that you need to send immediate payment or you're going to be arrested or penalized. They're asking for personal information, that type of thing. Call the IRS and report it. Call the Federal Trade Commission and report it. These guys are scammers, and don't fall for it.
IRS doesn't call.
The IRS will not call you. They will not tell you penalties are due without some kind of an opportunity to prove that they're not. Right. It's just not how they operate.
And if you got to file for an extension and you owe, you got to send that money in. You can't,
use your weekend well so you can avoid that.
Yeah, get some work done, okay? Thank you so much.
Sure.